So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. This channel is called Slash Roses, and here we just do lifestyle and everything that's good and nice and godly. Okay, today I'm taking you guys on a journey and sharing my experiences in Sweden. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that are absolute culture shocks to me in Sweden. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into this video. So the first one is that about 90% of Swedes speak English. Yes, and they speak very good English. You know, it may not be perfect, but it's good enough for you to have a proper communication with them. So in school, your friends are going to be very fluent in English. On the road, you're not going to get lost because everyone can speak English. In the shops, you know, everyone can speak English, so, or almost everyone, at least 80%. So that's a culture shock for me. You get into a country where the official language is English, but almost every single person can speak English fluently. The second culture shock for me is that Swedes love potatoes. Oh yes, Swedes love potatoes. I think potatoes is like one of their favorite things in Sweden, so they really eat a lot of potatoes. They have potato salads, they have different delicacies that they make with potatoes. I'm like, you guys love a lot of potatoes in this country. You eat so much potatoes. So that's a culture shock to me as a person, or as a person who is coming from a country where there's lots and lots of other options and people are not just really into potatoes like that. Okay, so guys, the third one for me is that Swedes are very simple people. They are very simple. They are not overly dressed. They have something that's called lagom, which is like a simple lifestyle. The Swedish culture is such that they try to discourage social class distinction and try to ensure that everyone is around the same social class. You can see even with their salaries and so on and so forth. So yeah, these people are very simple. They have, of course, they have lots of clothing brands and lots of things like every other country, but you know, Zara, H&M is actually a Swedish brand. This is where most people get their clothes, so you would hardly see a Swede stand out, you know, too dressed up, you know, calling for attention in the crowd, amongst a crowd, you know. So Swedes are very simple. They like to appear as really simple, not show off, not give you all this vibe of, you know, I have so much money. You would see a very wealthy Swede and you would never even be able to tell that this person is very wealthy. Maybe because of the kind of car they drive, or you know, maybe you just know them, this is so and so person. But Swedes generally do not come off as, you know, typical show-offs. They don't, and they are uncomfortable in such situations, and they are even uncomfortable with people who show off. So they are very simple, and I mean, it's beautiful to just live in a community which is just really simple, really calm, you know, really just low profile. I think that's the right word I would use, low profile. The next thing I'm going to say is that in Sweden there's no titles, so people are not called by titles. On the job, you call everybody by their name. In school, you call your teachers by their name. So if your teacher is Mr. Henry in Sweden, you don't call him Mr. Henry. In school, you call him Henry. If your teacher is Bethany, you don't say Miss Bethany or Miss so and so or Mr. Lucas. You say Lucas. You know, you call people by their names. I think it's part of their culture to just keep things really simple, really, you know, cool and calm, and so that people don't get head swollen. I mean, it's even normal to see a Swede apologizing for something that they will not apologize for, like, oh, I'm so sorry for this or for that. And this usually is for things that look like they are bragging, you know. They are not used to that. So in school, we call our teachers by their names. When I first got here, it was very uncomfortable for me, okay, coming from a girl that had done a bachelor's degree in the University of Boya and done a master's in the University of Douala. So I've had, as a Cameroonian girl, I had I had experienced two cultures, the English and the French cultures, and I knew, like I knew my name, that you dare not mess around with these lecturers. You know, we literally fear our lecturers back home. And when I came here, I remember I used to send emails and write the Mr. and until it dawned on me, like, okay girl, you're coming across as strange. And so I had to like start doing things the Swedish way, call them by their names, of course, still be very respectful, but that's what they are very comfortable with. So you have a teacher that looks like he's in his 60s and you call him Magnus. You look him in the face and say Magnus. That's strange to me, but that's the Swedish way, you know. And I think that's maybe that's a white people way, I don't know, but typically of Sweden, that's what I see here. So yeah, I just had to share some of these things with you. Of course, these things were really strange to me. Some of the things were shocking to me, especially the calling everybody by their, you know, by their first name. It was strange to me, but of course, when you go to a new place, you have to adapt to what happens there, and you know, change to behave in a way that is socially acceptable by the people. You know, not everything. Some things, some core values you will not change for anything. Yeah, but some things you have to do to make people comfortable around you and to just show that, okay, I'm integrating, you know, I love your ways. Even if I don't really love it, I respect your ways, and I'm a part of this community now, so I have to respect what the community does. And so voila, this is what I had to share with you all today. If you're planning to come to Sweden, you're going to be calling your teachers by their names, and please don't feel guilty for that, okay? If you're coming to Sweden, you're going to have Swedish friends in school who speak English very well. Yeah, you're going to meet kind people. You're going to meet people who love potatoes a lot, and they eat potatoes in like everything. And so, no offense, that's who they are. I love them, I respect them, you know. I really don't have to love everyone, but of course I respect their cultures and what they do and everything. So, and Sweden is a beautiful country, at least I think so. And it's peaceful. It's pretty much, you know, it's not as peaceful as it used to be back in the day, but it's still pretty much very peaceful compared to most countries. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate that you came back, and thank you so much for coming. If you're a new subscriber, or if you're new on this channel, this is Us/Roses. We just share vlogs and we share lifestyle videos, and this is just a journey and a community that we are building here. Maybe you want to be a part. I'm gonna love for you to be a part, but of course that's going to be your choice. But give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We would love to have as many subscribers as possible. We're trying to build this community. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it that you watched until the end. And until next time, I love you so much, and God bless you. Thank you. Subscribe.